Right, hello everyone. Bit of a different video here. Grand Prix Legends. Now, I've never played the original Grand Prix Legends. It came out in 1998. I started sim racing in 2005. I think it was still reasonably popular back then, but I never played it for whatever reason. I've seen this floating around, this 2020 demo version, and thought I'd give it a go. So this is the opinion of someone who's never played the original, so this isn't a comparison. Sims I've put a considerable amount of time into and could probably vouch for having a reasonable amount of experience with. Live for Speed, R Factor 1 to an extent, iRacing, Assetto Corsa to an extent, maybe. Tried most of the other ones, tried Race Room, tried Assetto Corsa, but the iRacing and Live for Speed by far the two that I've put the most time into. So that's a bit of context for where I'm from in terms of sim racing. Some quick notes in terms of setup. If any of you are going to try this, make sure you set your steering linearity to linear. You want to set all of your controls here. So you click the steering, do some steering, click the throttle, do this blah blah blah, and on. And after you've done that, you need to do calibrate joysticks. So if you then open it, you want to do full throttle, full brake, full clutch, and then hidden on the next screen is the steering. I believe my wheel is currently calibrated to 900 degrees on the driver settings, and I found around about the best amount of calibration in game is a 180 turn either way, so 360 degrees, back to center, done. That seems to work. I could go into my drivers and set it to a hard 360 degrees and you would get the feedback stops, but I can't be asked. I don't want to have to change my driver settings every time I want to change onto a different sim, so that is a solution. Anyway, I haven't driven yet. I've sat in the car, I've pressed the throttle, pressed the brake, done the steering, made sure that all works. I haven't really driven, so this will genuinely be first impressions. So we've got Sebring, Zandvoort, Road America, Monza. Crikey. Probably Road America, I'll go with. Damage model. Definitely none. And this is just training mode, whatever, I don't know what. Basic trainer, advanced trainer, car type. Okay. Let's start with Grand Prix. Fuck it. Fuck it. We don't do things by halves, do we? So this is reminiscent of R Factor. Maybe it was. I mean, you think about these things in terms of I do kind of software-y sort of stuff day to day, and thinking about how things evolve, how different bits of software are built on top of other different software. This is very familiar to R Factor, so I'm wondering, did R Factor come from GPL? I don't know. Did it just take inspiration, or is it the same thing? Who knows? Answers on a postcard. Car setup options. What have we got? Quite a lot of stuff, actually. Tow, roll bars, ride height, brake bias, cambers, damping, springs, tire pressure. So all of the stuff that you would expect on a modern sim. Steering ratio, fuel, tire temperatures. Very nice. Race and current. Okay. Sebring. Default. Okay. No, what? Current. Sebring. Copy the default car setup to Road America. Yes. What? Okay. Did that change anything? Don't know. What else we got? Drivetrain. Diff ramp ankles. Diff ratio. Clutch plates. I mean, is that even clutch plates? Is that, I don't know how classic GP cars work, but that seems like a lot of adjustments for an old car. Anyway, and let's see how it goes. So here we are. It's quite loud. I'll get my gloves on. I'm going to turn that down in my ears. Gears work. Yes. Here we go. Clutch works. Whoa. Okay, first impressions, it's very spongy, soft, which I guess you would expect. I don't know how much grip I've got. Whoa, okay. So you see videos of these cars sliding everywhere. I assume that's just what they're like. Can we lock a wheel? Oh, we can. Okay. The way the car reacts to throttle on and throttle off mid-corner is different. Steering seems like it's bouncing all over the place. Is that my wheel going crazy, or is that inputs being... Oh, if we slow down. Don't know what gear I'm in. Okay, it kind of seems like there isn't really any understeer. Maybe I'm not going fast enough. It just seems like the car, the more you turn, the more the front rotates. Slide through there. Fast in here. Yep. Okay, so the understeer is there. Excuse the hideous driving for now. Just trying to get a feel of how the car drives, how the physics work. Again, I've got no experience of whether or not this is just a GPL thing, or if this is unique to this 2020 version. It would be cool to have a shifter to be able to use. Whether or not they're supported, I don't know. Never knew there used to be a bridge there. Apart from that, it is just Road America, isn't it? Oh, I've spun! Okay, interesting. I don't know how I've managed that, but anyway. Right, I'm in neutral, that's why. Okay, so first impressions, this... it feels very alien to me. I don't think I've ever driven a sim that feels like this. The force feedback is not really there. I mean, there is some feedback, but it's... I think, is there feedback? Yes, there is. I mean, if you have to stop and ask yourself, is there actually force feedback, or is it just auto centering? That's a sign that it's perhaps not great. Let's try and do some driving. Whoa, way too quick. Oh, way too quick again. Oh, that's neutral. Right, okay. Oh, a crash. I'm in reverse. How, how on earth? Right.
One eternity later.
Let's see what a race is like. Got a little round classic mirrors. Wow. Okay, so having driven the middle of the road car, blue flag, suck my b****. So I believe the car that I'm in is the one that's faster around the corners. Am I right? I think it's less weight. Whoa, okay, right. Wow, where am I going? This is different. That skips. Is this now the last corner of the new circuit? I think it probably is. No, nearly. Is this the last corner of the current circuit? No. Whoa! Oh, right. I've hit him. I've hit him. Where are we going? What's... Oh, okay. Right. Oh. Where am I? Right, there's the start finish. Right, let's give this a go. Let's give this a race, shall we? Accelerate time. So do I need to clutch? Change gear? I don't know if I need to, but I'm going to do it. Oh, we're off. So this is novice difficulty. Oh, and as a sim racer of 15 years with some minor achievements, I would expect to be able to beat a novice level AI. So, oh, excuse me, sir. Oh, I've been hit. It's fine. Well, I've wrecked him. Come on. The AI in this level seem very cautious. Have I got damage? No. Oh. The fast speed corners do feel quite good. Especially the banked ones. Once you get it turned in, you get a bit of a slide on. That's quite nice. Excuse me. Oh! Beautiful. Okay. This is a lot more fun than Road America. I don't know if it's the track or the fact that I went in the slow car then came back in the fast car, or if I'm just getting it. I don't know, but tell you who is getting it. He's getting it. Oh, okay, right. So there's some interesting car interactions. This is an open wheel car, so generally when you crash into things with open wheel cars, they do react, but it feels a little bit gluey. Where is he? There he is. Del, flat through there. Whoa, not flat through here. Oh, they're very rude. Turned in on me. The bugger. Oh, big slide. So, right. This is the intermediate short race. First impressions, these AIs don't seem any different to the novice ones, except that they like to dive in front of you and slam on the brakes. I've hit him. I'm still hitting him. Style it out. Still hitting him. Get out the bloody way. Oh, he's T-boned me. Sorry, man with flag. Okay, there's some damage now. Oh, I've lost a wheel. I didn't even realise. Okay. Right. Let's track back, try and summarise a little bit. My first impressions of this were bad. So I'd heard a lot of hype about GPL, about what it used to be, what it represented, and the very first time I drove this, I was disappointed. Now, a lot of that disappointment, I think, comes from what I had imagined this would feel like. Okay, you have a sim with such a cult status, and then you have a picture in your head of how it drives, how it reacts, how the feedback feels, how the cars go, the noises, the tracks. You imagine it all as this amazing, perfect thing, and then obviously when you drive it, it's not how you imagined it, but it was underwhelming. Now, having just jumped in that Grand Prix mode there, and I'm going to jump in another one and drive while I talk. Having driven here, I've still not figured out how to change cars yet. Whether or not you can, I don't know, but blah blah blah. Start the race. I am not so underwhelmed anymore. It still isn't. It doesn't grip me like I thought it would. So I quite like driving interesting cars. Whenever like iRacing or whoever announces a new car and it's some single-seater or some GT3 car, a new one, fine. Like F3, okay. Whatever the last GT3 car was that came out, okay. But those cars don't interest me. They're not interesting to drive. They're not easy to drive, and you have to really work to master them. But the actual driving part, meh, take it or leave it. Whereas something like the Lotus 79 on iRacing, I love it to drive. It's like driving on a knife's edge. It always wants to kill you, and it rewards you for it. Trying to think of another example. In iRacing, the MX-5 used to be like that, so maybe about a year ago, maybe a bit more than a year ago, before they changed the setup limitations of the MX-5, you could get that set up in a way that you could really drive it on the balance of oversteer and understeer, and that was the quick way to drive it. It wasn't... It just suited the way that I drove. And all of that's exciting. Okay, the actual driving part is exciting, and that, I think, is the key to a good sim. So, back to Live for Speed for a second. The driving, the feeling is incredible on Live for Speed. I think it's just as good, if not better, still than the majority of modern sims. And that is why that game is still alive. I mean, it's barely alive, but it's still there. There's still loads of servers. You can still load it up. The content's slowly growing. They are still working on it, still in development. But it's... the way it feels and the way it drives is still the best part about that. And that is why it will live on and continue to live on for, I think, a long time. Now, iRacing, I think the thing that goes for iRacing is the multiplayer system is obviously, I think, the best that's out there. The quality of the racing, while it may vary, the quality of the multiplayer system in terms of the network performance, how this bloody car in front of me, how the cars interact with each other, all of that I think is better than anything else. There are some sims that are close, but iRacing just seems to... It's the online experience that I trust the most. Okay, if I was going to do a league race and I wanted to join a league, iRacing is the one that I would trust the most to give me the most reliable, realistic car door-to-door racing experience. But the actual... the driving, like the way it drives, the physics, does it excite me? Not really. Not really. There's definitely... I've definitely got some brake stickiness going on, I think. Anyway. Let's try and wrap up, because I'm rambling ridiculously. What I was hoping was that GPL would excite me. Okay, the way it drives, and this was better, but I still don't think it does. I think I will close this game now and probably never reopen it. I mean, it's buggy as hell. It is a demo and it's in production and it's, you know, that's fine. I don't expect it to be perfect because it wasn't released as a perfect finished product. But look, this just didn't. It just didn't grab it. Didn't grab me. Is this worth downloading and trying? Absolutely, 100%. Do it. It's free. Give it a go. See if you like it. Like I said, I feel a bit bad to say this, but I probably won't reopen this unless there's a drastic change, a big uplift in terms of like feedback, the way the cars drive, and whatever. But yeah, I'm a bit disappointed, really. And I don't know if that is down to expectations or if that is just down to the quality of the product. I don't know. But that is how I feel, unfortunately. And you have to be honest at times like this. Times like this? What do you mean? Playing computer games? It's a bit righteous, wasn't it? But yeah, so hopefully this review has helped some of you. Maybe you found it interesting. Maybe you haven't. Maybe I've talked an awful lot of nonsense, which I'm sure I have. And whether or not this inspires you to go get GPL, I hope it does. I hope you get it, try it, and I hope you love it, because that's what we're all here for, right? But for me, in this instance, it's meh. That's my review. Okay, I'll delete all of the video. What I've just done. Start the new review. Here we go. Hello, welcome to GPL. Thanks for watching.